Alright guys, welcome to another exciting instalment of Clueless Eats. And today we're having a look at, well, it's a bit of a pairing, obviously. We're having a look at In-Flight Meal from Cloudwater to celebrate or commemorate the one of their colleagues, Tai Han Lee, probably said that incorrectly, who's heading back to South Korea after 14 months of working at Cloudwater. So, big fan of ramen noodles and microwavable food. So they thought they would brew a beer to commemorate, and what a beer it is. If you want to see the review of the beer itself, link will be down below. I uploaded that first, and then I'm uploading this. And yeah, just beautiful, beautiful artwork. And yeah, lovely, lovely triple IPA. That's what it looks like in the glass. And I'm spilling beer all over myself, which is not unusual for me. So, obviously, with it being a ramen style beer, well, it's not really a style beer, it's just because the guy who it's to commemorate loves ramen. I thought, because I love ramen as well, instant ramen, I know it's not properly reflective of Asian cuisine, but I thought I'd do myself some ramen as well. I'm actually having, I can't remember the name of the place that does it, but I'd say it's one of the more common ones that you'll find. Is it KOKA or something like that? I can't remember. And I'm actually thinking of doing a specific series of trying different instant ramens and like ramen, soups in pots and stuff like that. Because it's something that I do eat quite a lot of, and I do really enjoy it. As much as I love like intricately prepared Asian food, when I get access to good Asian food, I love it. But there's just something so satisfying about instant ramen, and you can do so much with it actually. So that's why I love it. So expect to see more videos like that. So I've gone for the sort of like very generic sort of spicy flavour. So it's not going to be too powerful. Just put the seasoning oil in there as well, using this chopstick to mix it round. And by the way, you are in for a treat with my absolutely awful chopstick skills. So never said I was a professional. Never had any justification to ever say I was an amateur, to be honest. But yeah, I've got myself some chopsticks for this. Finally cracking open my Northern Monk chopsticks, because if you're going to be a beer ponce, be a proper beer ponce and get brewery branded chopsticks. So this is what they look like. Really beautifully presented. Got these in the box that contained the Yuzu IPA that they did with, was it Finback? Was it Finback? I can't remember. And the Cocktail Beer Ramen place in Manchester, which I've yet to go to actually. So they, of course, brewed a beer that you could eat with ramen. And they even included in the gift set a little recipe of one of the signature dishes from the restaurant that you could not only drink the beer with, but also use the beer in the broth as well. And you know me, I love that sort of stuff. Well, maybe you didn't, now you do know. So yeah, got myself some chopsticks. I know I'm not holding them correctly, but it works. So I think I should start with the beer itself. Not going to go too much into detail because I have already reviewed this. But yeah, beautiful colour to it. Lovely amber looking beer. This lovely sweet, resiny, citrusy aroma. Let's give it a taste. Silky smooth for a 10% triple IPA. Cloudwater just knock it out the park with those styles of beer. So the noodles have well and truly soaked up 90% of the actual liquid. And there will be slurping in this video, but not in the sort of graceful, romanticised way that you would experience in a noodle bar. It's just going to be a fat bastard with a wonky eye eating noodles and not holding chopsticks properly, but it works for me. Anyway, so that's what they look like. Already put the seasoning on and the seasoning oil. So, and the way I've done these, I've just poured the water on and then put a plate over the top, just so you know they don't get overcooked. Even though you boil the noodles, then put them. See, what was the one where you put the seasoning oil in and then mix the spice, and then you get like a really nice thick sort of base, and then you just put the noodles in and then just mix it all around. See, I like it when it's got the liquid in there. Going in, totally channeling my inner Anthony Bourdain right now. I do like it as like a soup base, but I also like just flavouring the noodles in as little liquid as possible, just so it cooks the noodles enough, but then you get that intensity of the flavour. Plus, one thing that I absolutely love doing, and this isn't like a life hack or anything because it's common knowledge, but cooking the noodles just till they're just about cooked, setting them aside, and rinse them through cold water so you get rid of all the starch and that sort of stuff, and then start frying them. Maybe some like spring onions or some like leftover chicken, and just making egg fried noodles, and it's just one of the best snacks ever. Anyway, so enough of me telling you stuff you already know. I did see a really interesting munchies recipe of an instant ramen stir fry. So it's cheap, it's affordable, it makes me want to be a student again, even though I never lived a proper student life because I commuted. But you could do so much with it, and I know it's not healthy or really totally representative of the culture, but you can eat and be satisfied for pennies with this sort of stuff, and it goes well with so many different things. Anyway, let's get the noodles eaten, and I have had a couple of beers tonight, so my chopstick skills will be worse than usual, aka I don't have any, so they will be awful. So here we go. It's just so satisfying, the texture. There's a little bit of spice there, not too much. Actually, it's building up now on the back end. But yeah. But yeah, these are like the most common ones. I don't know if it's like KOKA or something like that, where it's the logo in the like top left hand corner. But the chicken ones are gorgeous. And then you've got the Nissan, that's it, Nissan. But yeah, the chicken ones from Nissan are really nice, even though there's like different variations. I would even go as to say this is perfect food for when you've been out on the lash. It's want something simple, just throw together. That's going to stuff you. Oh, that spice is picking up on the tongue. But it's not really too bad. Though I do want to try like those insanely spicy instant noodles. Fucking pig. Anyway, noodles are on point. Let's try the beer. Oh, hello. A much more pronounced sweetness coming through from the beer. See, part of me was worried that it just become like a generic oily sort of character and just like fully bitter, but this actually works well. I mean, it's magnifying the spiciness of the noodles, Not that these are dead hot, but they're probably like for my sort of level of heat and spiciness, moderate. That works really well. The noodles don't seem to develop any more flavour with the oily, hoppy, resiny characters that are resting on your tongue after drinking the beer. But why do you watch these videos? It's actually disgusting. But yeah, that sort of like that very subtle spiciness you get with these triple IPAs, especially on the back end. Almost like it's seasoned the noodles. Oh, that's good. The oniony garlicky character works well with this as well. Great England verb here. But yeah, it's complementing the noodles perfectly. It's getting a bit more spicy now. I think it's because I didn't like cook the noodles in the soup, and the powder's not fully like dissipated. It's a bit more like concentrated, as if you've like licked your finger and put it through the powder and put it straight on on your tongue, so it's not diluted. And I just burped. Oh. It's very humid as I'm recording this at 1:15 in the morning. Probably not the best choice for indigestion at 4 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully, I'm only in late afternoon and work tomorrow. But yeah, this works really, really nicely. I'm so easily amused and impressed. I'm even making slight orgasmic noises. Yeah, I think this works perfectly. The beer isn't compromised, so it's still enjoyable in its own right. The flavours aren't muddled, they're not messed around, it doesn't just become a generic bitter mess. I think the ABV on this beer, although you don't really get it too much when you're drinking it on its own, is actually working well in tandem with the spiciness of these noodles. And again, they're not really that spicy. So people will be able to just like slurp these down and not even feel the slightest heat sensation on the tongue and the throat. But yeah, no need to add any sort of hot sauces or anything like that, or condiments. I've not even added any additional soy sauce or sesame seed oil. This is just so satisfying. I'm really happy right now. And the purists, I know I'm not doing this properly, but I'm managing to get some noodles on there. Even though I spazzed out and hit the side of my mouth. So yeah, it works really nicely. It really, really does. And I know you can fall into the trap of, being, if you're as impressionable as I can be, oh look, it's got ramen on it. Of course it's going to work with ramen because it's implanted in my head that it's ramen influencer. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, the power of it's not persuasion. Don't know what the word is. Got powerful burps. Yeah, I think this works really well. And I'm very, very happy. The world could end and I'd be fine with it. No, I wouldn't, because then I wouldn't be able to eat ramen and drink beer anymore, so the fruity hop characters are actually coming out a hell of a lot more in this beer, thanks to this ramen. It's a lot more like citrusy garlic character from the beer now. Lovely sweet malt characters as well. Yeah, it's worked so much more better than I thought it would do. I thought the heat of the oil, the seasoning oil that you've used would just completely like coat the tongue, and then the beer just would not taste right, no matter which part of the palate it hits. But yeah, lovely heat as well from these noodles. Yeah, for like less than you can get most of the time, getting them for like 59p for a pack of noodles, and it's like it's not, you know, fine dining by any stretch, but it's so satisfying to eat. And I know it's full of like all sorts of sodium and things like that, but I don't care. I don't like every day eat this sort of stuff. Um, it's just the same to me as like, you know, pasta and pesto. Just every now and then, when you're not really in the mood to, like to properly cook, or you're rushing, or you know, whatever, you know, a bit of pesto, boil up some pasta, mix it all together. You've got a meal. Doesn't matter which pesto you've used, whether it's, you know, freshly made or if it's from a jar in a supermarket. Pesto and pasta works really well. It's the same principle with this. Bit of water, add the seasonings. You can add a bit more. Maybe put some spring onions on there, or some roasted onions. Maybe some leftover chicken, pork, or beef from yesterday's meal, and some very basic vegetables. You've got a nice little bowl there, and it's a quick go-to sort of thing. So yeah, it works really, really well. And yeah, so the beer's almost gone, and I've not even got a thumbnail for this video. So yeah, if you'd like to see more beers and ramen paired together, or if you'd like me to review ramen in general, then let me know in the comments. I'll probably end up reviewing ramen anyway, because I love instant ramen. And I still need to make that recipe that I got from the Northern Monk gift box. So that'll be a video. But yeah, there's just something so satisfying about ramen. And I want to do like crisp reviews as well. So yeah, it always comes back to beer. So it's not like me just, oh, I want to appeal to the food viewers. There's always got to be beer somehow connected with it. And why do I keep doing the claws? But yeah, the beer's great. The noodles great on their own. Coming together, it works wonderfully well. So yeah, what's some of your favourite combinations? What's your favourite sort of like instant noodles and that sort of thing? What's your favourite brand? Are you more of a super noodle person, or more of a Maggi instant noodle person, or do you like the proper, you know, Asian ramen noodles? And what's some of your like favourite recipes and things that you'd like me to try in the future? Just hit me up in the comments. So yeah, I'd say this is a burp kiss success. So yeah, if you've not checked out the beer review, the link is down below. And yeah, you're probably going to see more ramen reviews in the future. Thank you all for watching, and I'm getting a little bit pissed right now. Don't know why. This is only the second beer that I've had, and I actually want another beer after this, which is probably a bad idea, but oh well, such is life. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.